We are the best, Africa number one. So stand up, the champions, Saka, Amen, Eagles, Masters. Forward we go, backwards never. Finally, the Super Eagles of Nigeria are the winners of the 2025 Unity Cup tournament. And they have another journey from London to Moscow. And I'm going to talk about this journey, which is going to be a high profile international friendly game against the Sbunaya of Russia. And you're going to check out the full details of the game. Former captain and head coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria has spoken at length. He's very disappointed in the Nigerian Football Federation with the appointment of head coach Eric Sekuchel. Same from the camp of the Super Falcons of Nigeria. I still don't get them. They are still rescheduling their international friendly game against Cameroon. And I have to talk from their camp. From the camp of Russia national team head coach, he has also spoken at length ahead of his encounter with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And you're going to check the very details from his camp in this very video. So if you are new on this platform, please, let's all support this platform to grow. What you can do to support is please subscribe to the channel. After that, you hit on the post notification bell for more updates. Don't forget to like the video and share to other social media platforms. As usual, my name still remains Solomon Kwejo Asante, your only nomenclature with the engineer's philosophy in sports, a Ghanaian who has declared his full support for Nigeria sports. So please, just try as much as you can to support the platform. At times, the updates will come. At times, the updates will not come. But whenever there's an update or not, just try to visit this platform for the exclusives whenever there's notification or not. I've been given a Nigerian name, and the name still remains Solomon Chuku Emeka. Do well to leave your decent comments in the comment box for special shout out. Ladies and gentlemen, let's delve into the intricacies of the stories. And to start with, is a camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. They have another journey from London to Moscow after winning the 2025 Unity Cup tournament. And it's going to be a high-profile international friendly game against the Sbunaya of Russia. And they are going to check out the full details of the game. But the latest from the camp of the Super Eagles is that the head coach of the team, Eric Sekuchel, has made slight adjustments to the squad list. Initially, he invited 21 players for this high-profile international friendly game. And as you all know, he invited 26 players for the 2025 Unity Cup tournament. And with respect to the 21 players for the international friendly game against Russia, he invited 2 goalkeepers, 6 defenders, 6 midfielders, and 7 forwards. But the modification of his addition is 3 players into the squad. That is the modification of the squad list, and is the addition of 3 players into the squad list, making 24 players for the high-profile international friendly game against the Sbunaya of Russia. So for now, we are having 2 goalkeepers. He has added 1 to the defenders. So we are having 7 defenders, 1 to the midfielders. So we are having 7 midfielders and 1 to the forwards, making it 8 forwards for the encounter against the Sbunaya of Russia. Let's check out the details of the game for you to know the permutations and combinations of how it's supposed to be. Now, for the game, the date and time for the game is going to be Friday, the 6th of June, 2025, 6 p.m. Nigeria time, 12 p.m. Moscow time. And the venue for the game is at the Luzhniki Stadium in Moscow. So that is it. So looking at the venue and looking at the capacity, it's approximately 81,000 seats. So these are the details for the game between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Sbunaya of Russia. Let's have a look of the squad list and the addition of 3 players into the squad list. So for the squad list for their encounter against the Sbunaya of Russia, we have 2 goalkeepers. Talking of Maduka Okoye and Obasoji Amas, he was facing visa challenges, and for now I don't know whether he'll be joining camp or not. For the defenders, we're having William Troost Incon, Ola Aina, Igo Obu, Bright Osai Samuel, Bruno Onyemechi, and Olua Semi Ayayi. We also have midfielders Wilfred Ndidi, Frank Onyeka, Christian Tus Uche, Papa Mustafa Daniel, Fisayo Dele Bashiru, Rafael Onyedika. These are the midfielders. For the forwards, we have Samuel Chuku Eze, Moses Simon, Kelechi Iheanacho, Nathan Teller, Victor Boniface, Tolu Arokodai, Sadiq Umar, and the addition of the 3 players into this squad list, making it 24. We have Siriku Alimi, we have Sadiq Umar, who played the entirety of the Super Eagles of Nigeria games against the Black Stars of Ghana and that of the Reggae Boys of Jamaica. And I think that is it. And Xavier Isaac was also part of the squad list for the encounter against the Sibunaya of Russia. So these are the latest coming in from the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria ahead of their clash with the Sibunaya of Russia, a high-profile international friendly match. I'll come to the camp of Russia national team. But before that, let's talk about a former captain and head coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Sunday Oliseh has spoken at length and is very disappointed in the Nigerian Football Federation. He said he's very quite not okay with the appointment of Eric Sekuchel, and he has termed this as very disrespectful for the coaches in Nigeria. He said, how come can you leave the coaches in Nigeria to go and appoint another coach in African terrain to come and coach in Nigeria? It doesn't work that way. I've already spoken about Eric Sekuchel on countless occasions on this very platform, just talking about the first non-Nigerian African to coach the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So he doesn't understand that a foreigner from Africa who is coming to coach the Super Eagles of Nigeria for the very first time. He doesn't care about what he's going to do with the team or whatever awards he's going to win or trophies. He doesn't care about those things. What he cares is, why should the NFF or the Nigerian Football Federation just go around to appoint coaches outside Nigeria to come and coach the Super Eagles of Nigeria? These are the exact words of Sunday Oliseh, a former captain and head coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Let's have a glance on our screens. Africans are not allowed to coach abroad, and Nigerians are not allowed to coach outside their shores. The only job that is the most prized one, leave it for the people to handle. That is my opinion. That is his opinion. It's not a fact. So that is it. As to whether you also agree to it or not, you can leave your decent comments in the comment box. That is opinion, and opinions vary. Let's look at what he has to say concerning the appointment of Eric Sekuchel. I am not a big fan of him. I feel it is a sign of disrespect to the coaches and people of Nigeria. I am not going to comment on how good he is, but he looks like a nice guy. But I feel my country has suffered enough. The coaches, players, ex-players have suffered enough, and they have paid the price too. Let them do their job. Let them do their job. That is it. Just allow the coaches in the country to do the job. That is what Sunday Oliseh, a former captain and coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, is just putting it straightforward to the faces of the Nigerian Football Federation. So that is it from the camp of Sunday Oliseh. As to whether you agree to whatever he said or not, you can leave your decent comments in the comment box. Now, let me move to the camp of Russian national team coach. Valery Karpen has also spoken at length with regards to his international friendly game against the Super Eagles of Nigeria on Friday, the 6th of June 2025. And as I've already stated, the match will be at 6 p.m. Nigeria time. Let's look at this. Let's make the permutations and combinations this time around by ourselves. This is how it is. We have what we call the UTC. That is the Universal Coordinated Time. And when you come to Nigeria, Nigeria is using the West African time. That is the what? That of Moscow, they are using the MSK time. That is the Moscow time. So when you convert it to Moscow using the UTC, they'll be using the UTC. That is the Universal Coordinated Time plus 3. And Nigeria is using the Universal Coordinated Time plus 1. So the difference between Nigeria to that of Moscow in terms of time is plus 2, making it UTC plus 3 in equality with that of Moscow. And Moscow to that of Nigeria will be minus 2. So Nigeria will be 2 hours behind Moscow, and Moscow will be 2 hours ahead of Nigeria during the game. So you have to keep it locked on Sports Villa. Whatever will transpire, Solomon Kwadwo Asante and my crew will bring it to you as it is. We are going to address it to you directly before your nose. And that is it from the camp of what has to happen between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and that of the Subonaya of Russia. The exact words of the head coach against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. He has just brushed aside those suggestions that Nigeria is coming without the likes of Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, Oliseh, Iwobi, Calvin Bassey, and the rest. So he also has to go into the game with the likes of players who they will say the second batch to feature against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And he said it doesn't work anywhere in his doctrine. What he believes is he's going into the game as a high-profile international friendly, even though they've been suspended in certain tournaments. But he's going in against the Super Eagles of Nigeria with the team that he has. He also mentioned of certain players that they also might miss out against the Super Eagles of Nigeria, where they are all first-team players. Let's listen to the exact words of the head coach of Russian national team, Valery Karpin. I know he spoke at length, but let me get time to glance through for you to understand. Now that there are many media outlets, bloggers, internet broadcasts, Nigeria is bringing a second team. That is what the bloggers, internet broadcasts, and outlets have been reporting on. Let me proceed with what he has to say. These are our main players, our stars. Savonov was not there, but no one is talking about this. He mentioned a lot of players who might miss out the game. Yeah, I know the pronunciation might be quite difficult, but let's look at the theme of whatever he has to say. He said, of course, I repeat, I would like to have both Osimhen and Lookman to test our team against the best players. That is what he has to say. So he spoke at length, and he also spoke about it doesn't change our preparation at all. Without Osimhen and Lookman, there will be other equally good footballers. So these are the exact words of Valery Karpin, the head coach of the Subonaya of Russia. And that is it. Let me proceed with the camp of the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Initially, they scheduled a friendly game against Cameroon on Saturday, that's the 31st of May 2025. They rescheduled it to 2nd of June 2025. They've rescheduled it again to the 3rd of June 2025. I don't really guess what is happening. They've had a week of long training where they've designed it in order to sharpen their readiness for the 2025 AFCON tournament in Morocco. But as it stands now, I don't know what is happening. And let's have a full glare of it on our screens as they've cancelled the 2nd of June 2025 international friendly. So that is it on your screen. And it's going to happen on the 3rd of June 2025. At the MKO Abiola Stadium in Abeokuta. So that is it for the game between the Super Falcons of Nigeria and that of Cameroon, Indomitable Lioness. And that is going to be a crucial or tightly contested game. So you have to keep it logged on Sports Filler. Whatever transpire, we get you covered. And that is it from the camp of the other stories that I've spoken about. Just leave your comment decently in the comment box. I was being supported by my hardworking chief editor, Emmanuel Kwame Asiedu, and my amazing graphic designer, Dominic. Let's meet in the next one for our subsequent videos, with or without notification. Just continue coming to this platform to check out the exclusives that we've given you the authentic for less with on this particular platform. It's bye for now.